They get away first time. Tyson Gay right alongside Usain Bolt, but here he goes, streaking away already. It's Bolt all the way. He's looking round at Gay. Watch the clock. It's goal for Bolt, and again, he's done it again.
The event of the 100-meter dash was introduced at the 1896 first ever modern Olympic Games in Athens. Thomas Burke from the United States achieved the fastest man title back then, with a stunning time of 12 seconds flat. He was almost 25 meters behind the fastest man today, Usain Bolt. That is the equivalent to 1/4 of the total race distance. On the next Olympics in 1900, the winning time was already 11 seconds, achieved by Frank Jarvis, also from the US of A. Jarvis might have been 10 meters ahead of his fellow American, but still 15 meters behind Lightning Bolt. In no time, athletes were running a 33 to 34 km/h average. The battle against 10 seconds on the 100-meter dash have started. Unfortunately, we had to wait until the 60s to see this barrier break. The first person timed unofficially under 10 seconds was Bob Hayes in 1963. Up till today, there are only 100 athletes on Earth who have legally clocked under 10 seconds. Among them, there are only 7 older than 50 today, meaning that it's just been within the last 30 years that athletes could regularly break the 10 seconds barrier. Half of these athletes could only do it once. One of the greatest athletes ever, Carl Lewis, who has managed to run 15 times under 10 seconds, clocking his best at 9.86 in 1991. Carl is the 14th fastest runner ever. One of his biggest rivals in the 80s was Ben Johnson, who can be found on this list, even though his time of 9.79 at the 1988 Seoul Olympics was taken away from him with the reason of drug abuse. Seeing them battling in the 80s made the 100 meters what it is today, the most loved athletics event. Maurice Green from the United States was able to match Ben's time just about 11 years after him. The oldest man who's ever run under 10 seconds was Kim Collins in London just last year. He was 38 and clocked 9.96. He ran under 10 seconds 8 times before. The fastest white person is Christoph Lumet from France, who has run under 10 seconds 7 times up till today. His personal best is 9.92 from 4 years ago, and he is only 25 years old. One of the most amazing athletes is, of course, the world record holder who has clocked 9.58 in Berlin 2009 and has run under 10 seconds 40 times already throughout his career. Usain Bolt is simply the greatest 100 meters runner who actually runs the distance with only 41 steps. His speed has reached an average of 37.58 km/h at his best. There are only 4 athletes who have been able to break the 37 km/h average. The slowest of them is Asafa Powell, the Jamaican who has been running under 10 seconds an incredible 85 times in his career, clocked his best of 9.72 in 2008, placing him on the overall 4th position. Johan Blake and Tyson Gay were able to beat Powell in respect to their personal best. They both clocked their best times at 9.69 so far, becoming the runner-ups of all time. The fastest European man ever, Francis Obikwulu, also deserves to be mentioned with his time of 9.86. The Portugal athlete has run 7 times under 10 seconds. Bolt is ahead of everybody else on their peak performance by a half a step. People believe that he could easily take the world record under 9.50, that is only 74 centimeters ahead of himself. Another half step faster, and he will make it. If so, soon enough, the 9 seconds mark will be the next challenge, with a 40 km/h average run on the 100 meters. But for that, another 6.5 meters are still missing. Looking at the statistics, it should be possible within the next 20 years. Despite the short distance and the quick race, this 10 seconds event still makes the world sit down in front of the television. Millions of people out there want to see who the fastest man alive is. So once more, the world will sit down, to see the 15th IAAF World Championship in Beijing this year, starting the 22nd of August. Will you be watching? This video animation was created by VideoPlus.hu, your animating partner.